It's a zero cost red event. Counter, give up to one of your characters or your silver Israeli plus 2,000 power for this battle. Then you may rest one of your Dawn cards. If you did, give all of your opponent's leaders, give all of your opponent's leader and characters minus 1,000 power for this turn. So the big key here is you cannot use it for your leader. It does benefit your silver's Rayleigh, which is a key part of it. So you can give it to your leader if your leader is Rayleigh, whereas you cannot if you have any other leader. But you can give plus 2,000. So it's essentially an event that is a 2K. But then on top of the 2K, you can rest one Dawn and then give all your characters minus 1,000 power for this turn. So is the card good? Sure. It is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. However, the way that I look at this card is like you can play something like Radical Beam, you gain plus 4,000. You can play something like Red Hawk, you go plus 4,000, you remove something. Anything like that. Like this does have the benefit of just being a 2K, but it's going to take up potentially a 2K spot or things like that. And in that essence, I don't really like it because I just don't think that there is room. I think there are metas where there are formats where this card just shines and excels. This card I think is incredibly powerful. So the way that I look at it is that this card is base 2,000. So Radical Beam is 4,000. So for it to get the full power of potentially a Radical Beam, and it's not even the same equivalent either, your opponent has to be wide. Whereas if they're swinging wide, this card is incredibly good. If they're swinging tall, this card is not impactful at all. So if you're playing, if it's a format of tall decks, it doesn't really shine because like going up 4,000 is going to have a lot more value than, you know, doing like a 3K diff, whereas that 4K can really be the defining moment there. And then in formats where this card, like, you know, where it's a Zoro format, it's a Dofi format. Against Dofi, this card is incredible. Against Zoro, this card is incredible because they have 5 characters, so you instantly just get 5 Dawn worth of minus, or you essentially just negate his whole leader ability, but you save 5K plus the 2K, so you get 7K worth of value for 1 Dawn and 1 card, which is incredible. So it really depends. If we're going into like a tall format in OP11, TBD what OP12 turns out to be. I think this card will have its moments, but I think overall, right now where we're at in the meta, I don't know that this card makes the cut, especially in red. I think that when we go to, like, you know, if Doflamingo is still around, if we're going back to a Zoro format, potentially even like Bello Betty format, just anything where people go incredibly wide on board, I think that's when this card is really going to shine. I don't think the time is now, but we still have more OP12 reveals to come.